This is 7 National News, and in our top story, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Deputy Ruler of Dubai and UAE Minister of Finance, today received Major General Gerald Cavendish Grosvenor, 6th Duke of Westminster, at Zabil Palace. During the meeting, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan and the Duke of Westminster reviewed bilateral relations between the two countries and ways of promoting cultural and environmental cooperation between Dubai and the District of Westminster, as well as exchanged expertise in this area. The Duke praised the progress being witnessed by the UAE in general and Dubai in particular, commending the city's organizational skills, liveliness and constant transformation to maintain its global position and reputation. Sharjah Media Center has announced that 2015 will be the year of tourism for the Emirate, as they revealed the authority's strategic plan for the future, as well as details of the upcoming International Government Communication Forum. At an evening reception, His Excellency Sheikh Sultan bin Ahmed Al Qasimi, Chairman of Sharjah Media Center, revealed the development plans for the years ahead, which will be focused on enhancing communication with the citizens. Whilst addressing the attendees, His Excellency Sheikh Sultan stated that their vision ahead will be based on three main elements, which include development and empowerment, research and documentation. As per the key themes, the authority aims to emphasize on and provide communication practices with scientific and academic research. With government communication high on the agenda, according to His Excellency Sheikh Sultan, there are plans for opening a digital library, which will document the experience of document communication whilst increasing accessibility for the public. During the 11th session of the Executive Bureau of Arab Council of Tourism Ministers in Jordan, Sharjah was selected as the capital of Arab Tourism 2015. According to His Excellency Sheikh Sultan, the events organized this year will be centered around promoting the cultural and historical attractions of the Emirate.
What makes Sharjah the tourism capital of the Arab world? This is what we will be talking about this year. And just to show that Sharjah is a touristic destination, we can showcase the things that Sharjah has to offer, either beaches, mountains, safaris, different museums. Sharjah is considered the biggest museum holder, if you might say, in the region. So we'll be focusing on those issues, especially things that attract tourists and attracts what Sharjah likes to call intellectual tourists, who like to come and learn more about Sharjah and then goes and spreads the word about Sharjah and what it has.
Whilst revealing the details of the International Government Communication Forum between the 22nd and 23rd of February this year, the Director General of the authority stated that the forum will be based on the main theme, specific actions, better results. Among the renowned speakers and personalities to attend this year's forum include President of Liberia, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former Prime Minister of Australia, Julia Gillard, together with around 500 guests and expected 3,000 participants. With a series of interactive workshops lined up, organisers say that the event, now in its 4th year, will be the best edition since the inception.
This year we decided to talk about these actions, not the 5 years plan, not the 2 years plan, the actions that the governments should take today. IGCF has established itself to be the main resource of international practices of government communications. This year we feel that we have learned a lot, because we have launched the Sharjah Government Communication Initiatives. We have launched the Sharjah Government Communication Award. We've been working in training government authorities in Sharjah for the last 3 years to establish a government communication unit in each department or in each government entity. So all these initiatives, has brought this forum to be what it is today.
The Ministry of Presidential Affairs launched the $5 million UAE research program for rain enhancement through the National Center of Meteorology and Seismology earlier today. On the sidelines of the World Future Energy Summit, part of the ongoing Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week, Omar Ahmed Al Yazidi, Director of Research, Development and Training Department at the NCMS, said this is critical to enhancing precipitation to increase rainfall in the UAE, as well as other arid and semi-arid areas in the region. The international program encourages research submissions from across the globe on new technologies and ideas that enhance the efficiency of cloud seeding operations and improve its predictive capabilities. The annual program will award outstanding proposals. The first batch of winning proposals will be announced in January of 2016.
There will be a technical panel where people can submit their proposals, and the best proposals that will add value to the science of cloud seeding and the precipitation enhancement will win award. To continue the research, and every year we will announce such. So the first winners will be announced in January 2016, and we will launch the portal for this award tonight. As you know, the water security and water security issue in the world, this is a big problem, and it's not only in UAE because it's an arid region, but we think rain enhancement and precipitation enhancement in general could be one of the solutions where we can get the most out of a cloud, and it's clean, very healthy water, and by doing that, we think we can add, one solution of the solutions that are there already. And of course, the water, the importance of water, importance for all the fields, from water, you have agriculture, you have everything, food security, everything.
Abu Dhabi-based Masdar continues to lead the research for renewables and its implementation. Earlier today, the Sustainable Bioenergy Research Consortium, founded by Masdar Institute, together with Etihad Airways, the Boeing Company and Honeywell UOP, announced the awarding of the contract to International Mechanical and Electrical Company for a milestone project. They will construct the world's first bioenergy pilot project to use desert land irrigated by seawater to produce both bioenergy and food. It is expected to be operational by late summer. This project is based on groundbreaking research by Masdar Institute of Science and Technology.
One of the major areas that we have focused on is energy. And when we say energy, we mean in a broader sense. Production of energy, especially renewable energies, transmission of energy, especially in the form of smart grids, consumption of energy by different sectors, for example, in the housing, for air conditioning, and conservation of energy, how we can reduce the consumption of energy, and finally, the storage of energy. So in all of these areas, we not only teach courses, but also solicit research contracts from the industry and government organizations.
Dubai Healthcare City Authority has signed an agreement with Harvard Medical School to establish a hub for research and education which will focus on global health delivery. At a press conference, Her Excellency Dr. Raja Al Ghurg, Vice Chairperson of Dubai Healthcare City Authority, together with Dr. Salman Khashoggi, Director of Harvard Medical School Center for Global Health Delivery, announced that the research center will be located within the premises of Mohammed bin Rashid Academic Medical Center. Speaking during the press conference, Her Excellency Al Ghurg stated that the center is expected to enhance the opportunities for Dubai to lead the region in advancing healthcare research and delivery. According to Dr. Salman, the funding of the center will be provided by Dubai Harvard Foundation for Medical Research, which will allow them to operate for 4 years and contribute towards running 6 large research projects a year. Although no medical practice or patient care will be provided from the center, it will conduct research programs with health authorities in the UAE to improve overall quality of healthcare through multidisciplinary approaches. Whilst expanding the training capabilities of regional faculty, Dr. Salman added that their research projects will focus on 5 key areas, which include improving surgical outcomes for diabetes, tuberculosis, hepatitis C, obesity, and mental disorders.
As you know, there's a large percentage of the population here and in the Middle East and in South Asia that's really is challenged by diabetes. And we're going to be looking at how do you improve the delivery of care to patients with diabetes in their communities. There are a number of medicines for diabetes, but a large proportion of patients are unable to take it for various reasons. So really thinking about how do you solve that delivery problem? How do you make sure patients get medicines in their mouths for this disease? We're also going to be looking at the treatment of hepatitis C, tuberculosis, mental health, diseases of mental health. And so, we're really trying to think of this last mile of care delivery broadly for chronic diseases and for infectious diseases. If you think about the fact that close to 20% of the population, an estimated 20% of the population has diabetes, these are large numbers of patients. How does a healthcare system deal with that? And if you don't deal with that, you risk people going blind, people losing a limb, people ending up on kidney dialysis, people having heart disease. So it's really, really imperative. It's of great importance to really solve these issues of health delivery, the last mile of healthcare delivery.
The Ministry of Interior has begun using its electronic vehicle registration across the entire UAE. According to Major General Dr. Ahmed Nasser Al-Raisi, chairman of the ministry's e-Transformation Hire Committee, the Ministry of Interior will launch an awareness campaign to educate community members regarding the methods and use of e-registration. Major General Al-Raisi said that the technical team has trained policemen across the UAE on how to use the electronic vehicle registration, which is available through the ministry's smart applications, UAE MOI, as well as patrols UTS federal traffic and registration system applications. He explained that it will be made available to some employees and will gradually become available to all patrols through smartphones and tablets. Work is currently underway in order to provide all of the requirements for the federal government's smart transformation and to provide all services electronically to the public so that they may be accessed without needing to go to a service centre. Once completed, this will allow the public to avail these services at all times, regardless of the location or the time of day. And the Ministry of Labour has said that 6,000 employees from 3,800 firms benefited from the fine settlement grace period after settling their labour card fines during the first 15 days from the implementation of the Cabinet's grace period decision. Those firms affected paid 6 million dirhams as opposed to the original amount due of 70 million dirhams. Around 95,000 fines were issued against 40,000 companies for not renewing workers' labour cards, and 5,000 had been fined for entering the country without applying for new labour cards or for not cancelling their work permits or reported missing from duty. And finally, in the bulletin, world-renowned primatologist Dr. Jane Goodall is in the UAE for a third time to promote the global initiative Roots and Shoots and encourage more people to positive action for our planet. Most known for her 60-year study of social and family interactions of wild chimpanzees, Dr. Jane Goodall is in the country to celebrate the work of a number of schools undertaking the Roots and Shoots program. The program is being sponsored by the Environment Agency of Abu Dhabi under the leadership of Her Excellency Razan Khalifa Al Mubarak. Under the Jane Goodall Institute, JGI, it engages young people from preschool through to university age to work on environmental, conservation, wildlife and humanitarian issues. She says the challenge ahead seems daunting. However, many like them are already making great strides in creating positive change. But it takes a collective effort to continue making an impact for a sustainable world.
Chimpanzees are more like us than any other living creature, and they help us to understand that just because we know so clearly that they have personalities and emotions, that they have brains capable of solving problems, they have close family relationships, and once you've broken this barrier and help people understand animals aren't just things, then this gets extended to the elephants, to the lions, to the oryx of the Gulf region and so forth. The main message of Roots and Shoots is to help young people understand every single day you live, you make a difference. Every single day you have a choice as to what sort of world you want to make today. And the cumulative effect of millions and eventually billions of people deciding to do the right thing for the environment, for animals. What do you buy? What do you eat? What do you wear? Where did it come from? Did it involve cruelty to animals, child slave labor, destruction of the environment. And you make the right choices, thinking about the consequences of those choices.
Founded in 1991, Roots and Shoots has since reached over 138 countries and a growing community of 150,000 member groups. At the age of 80, the UN Messenger of Peace continues her tireless efforts that she began at the age of 26. Dr. Jane Goodall attributes the success they have achieved so far with the efforts from youth and other members worldwide. And with the recent launch of Roots and Shoots in the UAE, starting in Abu Dhabi, she says she is optimistic about the future.
This region is moving towards sustainable energy. There's a lot of awareness about it. There's a lot of technological know-how. And we have to learn to connect these clever brains that we have with our hearts. And I just have a feeling that Roots and Shoots, once it gets into the system, and it's another culture, and I wouldn't begin to try to work out how it's going to work, but we have local people who can help to craft it and work with the children. And I think once that's happened, it's really going to grow and grow fast.